Oh boy, this is gonna be hard to actually think of the story next. Um, I really am surprised that this series has been grown a lot, even though it didn't get much attention. My concern when it comes to making victim blaming is that I thought that the story just gonna be one of those edgy type of stories. You know those type of edgy things that people hated it, like Shadow the Hedgehog, for example. But surprisingly, it went pretty well, and I really enjoy making the series as much as I do. I know that it's hard for me to keep up with the stories because after making part 3, I was celebrating my birthday, and it really just caught me off guard to actually think of the next series. But luckily, I step into it and just try to finish it. Um, Part 6 was gonna be the hardest one to actually make, to be honest, due to the next plot that I'm thinking of what it's gonna be. I did post a community post of what you guys want to see for the side plot for part 6. A lot of you voted for Alistair, but surprisingly, you guys never pick the hotel. Like, no one will really know what will happen in the hotel, what really happened to Angel after Vincent left the hotel, and I'm still trying to think of what's gonna do for part 6. Either I'm gonna do Alistair plot where he stays with the overlords of the deadly sins, or just gonna be Vincent. I'm not gonna explain much because spoilers. um I'm not sure, surprisingly, I'm not sure if Damon, who is the overlord of greed, will be the fan favorite for this channel. I just created him I think I created him like 2 years ago because he's just a plain diamond that was inspired by Jack's personality. But I don't know. I really love him, but I just don't want him to be the main focus on the series because this story is about static silence, aka radio silence, but swapped. So I'm not gonna make Damon to be the main focus on the channel. Not like channel, but in the series. So I'm sure if I'm gonna make the video of the history of the 7 deadly overlords, then I can. But the past week was very rough, and I don't really have the courage to any motivation to any finish anything of the series because I have to create comics and the animation for my assessment, which thank God it's done. But I really am excited to actually try to think of the ideas of the series, try to include the characters that you guys will ever love, and trying to think of how this story will end. Because I got another series that I plan on for a while now, but of course I need to have some patience to think of how the story gonna start. But yeah, 5 parts of victim blaming is really starting to become my favorite. I know that I'm trying to do the Ask Static Silence series, but for some reason I just don't feel like doing it anymore for some reason. Like, yeah, you'll get to know more about Vincent's history, which is different of Vox, but for some reason I just don't know what to do with it. So, yeah. Sorry for those who want to ask questions about Vincent. Um, I wish that I could ask more about Vincent, to be honest, but because this is a different version of Vox as people were seeing, I just don't want people to think of it as like, the meta version. Like, to be honest, seeing Vox the way that he's been treated throughout the fandom really bothered me for some reason. So I just want him to be the broken villain in this AU. I know a lot of people are not gonna view Vox that way, but I view him as that. So it's just that I need to think of part 6 for now. I don't know what the major story is gonna come up in the future. I mean, victim blaming, sure, but I just need to think of the Angel, Vincent, Alistair, and the background. So I'm sure that a lot of people are gonna be excited for that. Yeah, this is me as a creator of victim blaming, or the creator of Static Silence series. just need to think of the next part. So yeah, this is me rambling about the series. So stay tuned for more me rambling about the series.